Have you ever wondered why some men remain calm, composed, and wise, even when love tests their patience, loyalty, and peace? They're not emotionless. They've simply learned to master themselves before trying to master love. Hey there, Stoic enthusiasts! Waving hand, welcome back to our channel, the home of timeless Stoic wisdom and its modern-day power to transform your life, relationships, and mindset. Today's episode is a special one. We're diving into the realm of relationships, uncovering 9 Stoic principles that every smart man should live by when it comes to love, women, and emotional balance. If you're ready to cultivate a mind that stands unshaken, no matter what storms your heart may face, then you're in the right place. Before we begin, remember to subscribe, hit that bell icon, and like this video if you're ready to build unshakable peace and purpose through Stoicism. Now, let's explore the 9 things wise men don't do with women, according to Stoic philosophy. 1. Guard your past. Your past is your teacher, not your trophy. Seneca once said, "Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end." Revealing every chapter of your history, every scar, every mistake, might seem honest, but it can also invite judgment or manipulation. Guard your past the way a warrior guards his strategy. Share lessons, not confessions. Your story belongs to you, not to be dissected, but to be respected. Wisdom means knowing when silence speaks louder than details. 2. Face the fear of being alone. Aristotle said, "Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom." Many men enter relationships not out of love, but out of fear of being alone, unwanted, or unseen. But solitude isn't loneliness. It's your workshop for self-mastery. Spend time in your own company. Learn your rhythm, your peace, your purpose. When you finally choose to be with someone, let it be because they add harmony to your melody, not because you're afraid of silence. 3. Manage your time wisely. Seneca's warning on the shortness of life strikes at the heart of a modern illusion, the belief that we have time to spare. He argues that life is long enough if we know how to use it, but we lose much of it to carelessness and by giving it away to the wrong pursuits. Time is the ultimate non-renewable resource. Once spent, it is gone forever. This means conducting a ruthless audit of your hours and days. Who and what truly deserves your attention? Every minute poured into a relationship that drains you, a job that demeans you, or a social obligation that exhausts you is a minute stolen from your growth, your passions, and your peace. Loving someone does not require the forfeiture of your own timeline. A healthy partnership is one where 2 independent, purpose-driven lives choose to walk together, not one where one person's path is entirely abandoned. When you guard your time, you are not being selfish, you are being the steward of your one and only life. You move from passively existing through the days to actively living each one with intention. 4. Celebrate your achievements. Epictetus, a slave who became a great Stoic teacher, linked freedom directly to self-mastery. If you are reliant on the praise and validation of others for your sense of worth, you have handed them the keys to your inner world. You become a puppet, your strings pulled by external opinion. Self-validation is the practice of being your own most reliable witness. It is the internal nod of approval when you choose the harder right over the easier wrong. It is the quiet pride you feel after a good workout, after finishing a project, or after setting a healthy boundary. When you downplay your progress, saying, "It was nothing" or "anyone could have done it," you are not being humble, you are invalidating your own effort and strength. Celebration reinforces the neural pathways of competence and resilience. It teaches your subconscious that your efforts matter. Make this a habit, acknowledge your wins, big and small. This consistent self-recognition is what makes self-respect a constant companion, not a fleeting visitor. 5. Safeguard your mental health. The metaphor of burning your home to warm another is a visceral and unforgettable image of self-destruction for the sake of approval. It highlights the profound insanity of sacrificing your inner sanctuary, your peace, clarity, and stability, to meet the fleeting or demanding needs of another. Marcus Aurelius, an emperor burdened with endless war and political intrigue, wrote his meditations to remind himself that his inner citadel was his only true domain. You cannot control others' actions, but you have sovereign power over your own mind. Protecting your peace is a fierce, active practice. It means curating your environment, limiting exposure to toxic people and media, and saying no to demands that violate your inner equilibrium. It means recognizing when you are being emotionally drained and having the courage to step back. Your mental peace is not a currency to be spent to buy love or avoid conflict. It is the foundational ground from which all healthy love and action must grow. Defend it with your life. 6. Be true to yourself. Camus' point about integrity is profound. A person of true integrity doesn't need a rulebook to know how to act, their actions flow naturally from their core values. When you say yes to something that feels wrong, you create a crack in your own foundation. This is self-betrayal, often dressed up as being nice or keeping the peace. Authenticity is the daily practice of aligning your actions with your inner truth. It is speaking your mind with kindness, making choices that reflect your priorities, and refusing to wear a mask to make others comfortable. This doesn't mean being rigid or unkind, it means being grounded. Remember, you are the author, director, and lead actor in the story of your life. To demote yourself to a supporting role in someone else's narrative is to waste the entire plot. Live a story you would want to read. 7. Never abandon your path. Seneca's observation that he who is everywhere is nowhere speaks to the danger of diffusion. When you constantly shift your goals, change your opinions, or redirect your energy to appease others, you become a ghost of your potential. You have no central location, no core mission. Your path is your unique journey, a combination of your talents, your passions, and your purpose. It is your why. When a relationship requires you to abandon this path, it is not love, it is possession. True love will want you to flourish on your own journey and will seek to walk beside you, not redirect you. Do not shrink your dreams to fit someone else's limited vision or to suit their insecurities. A partner who is threatened by your ambition or uniqueness does not deserve a place on your journey. Walk your path proudly, and you will attract those who are meant to travel with you. 8. Prioritize family and friendship. Plato's analogy is a timeless warning about the company you keep. Just as plants need the right soil to thrive, people need the right relationships. A toxic relationship is like barren soil, it will stunt your growth and poison your roots. One of the most common red flags in a controlling relationship is the slow, deliberate isolation from one's support network, friends and family who provide perspective, truth, and unconditional love. These are the people who have known you the longest and love you for who you are, not for who you are in relation to them. They are your foundation. To trade them for the exclusive, and often fragile, approval of a single person is to build your house on sand. Cherish these foundational relationships. They are the ones who will help you remember who you are when you get lost in the fog of romance or hardship. 9. Avoid obsessive devotion. Marcus Aurelius points toward a love that is rooted in acceptance and harmony with nature, including your own. Obsessive devotion is the opposite of this, it is a chaotic, desperate force that seeks to control and possess. It arises from a void within, not from an abundance of self. When your world begins to orbit entirely around another person, you extinguish your own light. You cancel your plans, abandon your hobbies, and silence your voice, thinking this is the ultimate proof of love. In reality, it is the erasure of your identity. Love should be an additive force, making you more of who you are, not less. You are not a satellite, defined only by your proximity to a brighter star. You are a star in your own right. Shine unapologetically. A healthy love is the gravitational pull between two complete celestial bodies, creating a balanced and beautiful system, not a black hole that consumes one entirely. 10. Cultivate unshakable self-worth. The Buddha taught, you yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. Your value is not a variable to be determined by the opinions, acceptance, or rejection of others. It is a constant, inherent fact of your existence. When your sense of worth is internalized, no external event can truly diminish it. A critique becomes feedback, not an indictment. Rejection becomes redirection, not a definition of your desirability. Failure becomes a lesson, not proof of your inadequacy. Cultivating this means practicing self-compassion, speaking to yourself as you would to a beloved friend, and consistently choosing actions that honor your well-being. This unshakable core is your ultimate protection against the storms of life and the demands of those who would have you be less than you are. When you know your own worth, you teach the world how to value you. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Stoicism and relationships, where wisdom meets the heart. These principles aren't just rules for men. They're universal truths for anyone seeking peace, virtue, and emotional clarity. By living with Stoic mindfulness, you don't become colder, you become clearer. You love deeper, wiser, and freer. If you found value in today's episode, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content that enriches the mind and nourishes the soul. Drop your